All right. So as Kathy said, I am Alyssa Vasquez. I am, and feel free, if there's any glitches or anything, just like stop me mid-presentation and I'll see what I'm doing wrong. But my name is Alyssa Vasquez. I am the current Director of Community Integration for the Veterans One Stop Center. Previously, I've also worked for the Veterans One Stop Center as a case manager, and then I also ran the peer support program for just under 3 years. I'll touch on that here in a little bit. But for those of you who haven't really gotten familiar with the Veterans One Stop Center, or what we do and why we do what we do, essentially what happened is, you can see our brief history here. I'm going to try my best to not read off the slides verbatim, but there's just a brief backstory on how we came to be. Just essentially coming from a background of, I'm sure a lot of people on this call can attest to, a previously very fractured veteran environment. The Veterans Housing Coalition and then also the Goodwill kind of came together along with our other founders, and they opened the doors in 2013. And the thought behind it was they really wanted, as the name kind of indicates, a one-stop shop for veterans, a place where you can kind of pool resources and have, just a one-stop shop for veterans to walk into and get all the services that they would need, kind of collected in one area as best as possible. And I don't know if that's going to be visible for everybody. I'll try to, I don't know if you guys see exactly what I'll see, but I'll try to get out of the way of the words so you guys can read this as I go along. But essentially our mission is to do exactly what I just spoke about on the last slide, is just to bring not only people, but the resources that can best serve them, also other organizations that we collaborate with, veterans, actively serving. We want to bring them all together in one spot. And that's really our mission, just in order to best serve the people who have served our country or are currently serving. And overall, we really do just want to improve their quality of life, however we can do that. And the biggest thing that is really our selling point is that all of the services that we offer at the Veterans One Stop, they are free of charge to the veterans and our clients. Everybody that walks through our door, they don't have to pay for our services. In addition to that, I know there are some people on this call that do work with kind of boundaries as far as who's eligible for your services. Those requirements are made much higher than all of us. The beauty of the VOC is that we are able to work with literally anybody who walks through our door. Even if that's, I raised my right hand, volunteered to serve my country, and I was out of boot camp a week later with an injury. It doesn't matter. You're still able to walk through our doors, participate in our peer support events. The only time where eligibility would really come into play is certain programs that you would need to be eligible for, such as SSVF, which I'll cover here in a little bit. But that's essentially housing assistance. It's the supportive services for veteran families. And I apologize if I'm motor mouth going too quick and you need me to slow down or explain anything, please just yell at me or something. So what the VOC does is we essentially try to fall, all of our operations, we really want them to fall under 3 overarching goals. The first is, as you can see on the screen, connect. And that goal is just essentially what that says is we want to connect not only veterans to all of the resources in the community, we want to connect, the resources in the community back to our veterans, and just really it's a collaborative effort. We want to bring any kind of resource that can help our veterans or just people in general, and we think that the veteran community can benefit from them. We want to make sure that that connection is made. The next overarching goal that we have is to educate. Not only do we want to educate the individual veterans that walk through our door or the actively serving on the benefits and the things that they have earned, and we want to make sure that they're educated on everything that's out there for them as far as resources. But then the other flip side of that is we also want to educate our fellow providers in the community on, the veterans themselves. That's why, if you don't know or if you haven't been made aware, the Veterans One Stop Center does offer cultural competency training. It's usually led by me, but if you ever you need, even if it's just one person in your organization and you think they could do with some cultural competency, please reach out to either myself or Kathy, and we'd be more than happy to provide that training. But in addition to fellow providers in the community, we also just want to educate the community as a whole on the veterans and kind of just build that cohesion. I think a lot of people can recall a time when it was very us versus them, veterans and civilians. And, it's just so much better when we're working together. And one way that we can make that happen is educating, the community on veteran issues, even if it's something as simple as going on our Facebook page and seeing, what's today's veteran related holiday, just little things like that, just doing our part to educate, like I said. And then the last overarching goal that we really work every day towards is collaborations. You know, the CVEB is a perfect example, but essentially what we want to do is we want to come together with all of our community partners. And if there's something that either we can offer you, whether that's in the way of, you know, getting a group of veterans and helping your organization out, or whether it's building that bridge to create a new resource that can help our veterans out, whatever it is, we want to make sure that we're acting as a good partner. And in order to hand our veteran over to the best resources, and then also, you know, if we can offer any veterans that you might be working with, we want to make sure that there's always that open dialogue and open lines of communications with, you know, everybody in the community. This is just a nice jazzy chart to show you that currently, and that is actually, it says 12,500. And I do apologize. This slideshow is, it was made a couple of months ago. Actually, our currently served number is over 12,750. So we're looking to grow that number every day. And this is just a brief overview, real bare bones look at all the services that we do offer. One of our main selling points is that we do offer case management services. So any veteran that walks through the door, they will have a case manager that will work through all their issues with them. And that's, you know, whether they're walking through the door and they have an emergent housing issue, they're facing eviction, then we get them in the seat, we do a complete intake with them. And then we find out, well, not only do they have that, but they've also never filed for their benefits. They're also going through legal troubles and they could use legal services. Maybe they're a woman veteran, you know, single parent with children, and they need family programming. You know, that's just basically the comprehensive wraparound. We want to grab that veteran or the actively serving military member and see what we can do for him or her. And like I said, here's that full list. We do offer so much more of this. You know, I don't want to go too in depth in every single thing that we offer, but go through this. All right, so this, I'm going to gloss over this a little bit because I don't want to steal any of Trey's thunder. Trey is, as we spoke about the collaboration, Trey is a collaborative partner that we do work with in the community. They do provide amazing peer support events, and I will let them talk about that. But here in the VOC, for those of you that are unfamiliar with it, New York State has a state-funded peer support program, and the gentleman that you see on your screen right now, PFC Joseph P. Dwyer. Unfortunately, in 2008, PFC Joseph P. Dwyer, he lost his battle with struggles with PTSD and substance. And so New York State, real quick story, I hate to gloss over it because you really should look into it. It's a phenomenal story. But, you know, in the interest of saving time, I'll just give you the brief checkpoints. New York State came together in 2012 and they decided, you know, we needed to do something so that, you know, what happened with PFC Joseph P. Dwyer doesn't happen for any other veteran. So what they did is they allocated funding specifically to provide free peer support events and fun activities to get veterans out of isolation, talking with one another, just having a good time, and having those conversations that really a veteran can only have with another veteran. And so what we do is we offer peer support programs. We are offering activities, and pretty much we're all over the 8 counties of Western New York, but specifically with the Dwyer program, we manage it for Erie and Niagara County. It's managed by Dan Arnold. He's an amazing gentleman. His contact information, we can get it to you if you're interested in peer support events or you want a calendar of activities. You can just link up with me after the meeting and I'll get you all that information. And these are just some jazzy photos to talk about our peer support program. Again, Operation Children of the Military, that's specific to military families or actively serving deployed soldiers or airmen, service members. Their children are more than welcome to come. If the veteran or the military member is not with them, they can still come have fun with other military families. So like I said, we do have two sides of the house, and that's the main thing that I want to just for you guys to remember is that if you have any veteran, any kind of need, any resources that they have or that they might need, or even if you're just at a loss and you're like, I have this veteran that has this issue and I have no idea where to point them, please just have your veteran or yourself call our organization and we'll see what our case managers can do for you.